Boring story time.
I to the I.
Me.
Look me in the eyes and tell me you want to me.
I'd love you to me. I want you to have your wicked way with me.
I want you to come across this table, knock everything else over, and just have me right in front of everyone else.
And ruin the tablecloth.
And ruin
jizz.
everything. Ruin me, ruin the tablecloth. Ruin everything about this date night. Second date. You're jumping across the table. I'm banging you. This is magic.
I'm going to impale you with that Farah. That Farah.
How could you tell? How could you tell?
Whatever it is. Badge. Badge. Hello, Badge.
Absolutely delicious.
Who's your favourite cast member from Neighbours? Mine was Harold Bishop.
Harold Bishop. Who the fuck was Harold Bishop?
He's a big fat man. Hung around with Luke Carpenter.
Oh yeah, I forget the names of people like instantly as soon as I'm just like meeting new people as well, just straight out there.
Yeah,
There's no point in doing it.
It's really hard to remember names. It's a bit of a gift, isn't it? Like if you can remember names.
But do you think that's like TikTok?
Unless they're
TikTok memory, like ADHD. You know what I mean? Like
We've all
short
got
attention spans and
ADHD.
just being like, I'll
Maybe.
meet someone and then call them the wrong name and then keep calling.
I
them
don't
the
know.
wrong name
Even
till
when
I'm done.
as a kid, I remember like being like, "What's the name again?" I don't know. I think
good.
it's hard. It's hard to remember names. But how do you do it? What's your technique for remembering names? I feel like a lot of
Instantly
people say
say
you need
it.
to remember something funny about them, or their color of their eyes, or you say their name 3 times in your head, or out aloud.
That's what I do. I literally go, as soon as they've said it to me, I'll ask them a question. I'll be like, da da da. Like,
Yeah.
oh, John, can you tell me a question? Oh, how about this, John? And then, you know what I mean? And then you cemented it enough times that you actually have learned the person's name rather than just being like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is all good. But Ali, we're here again. Date
We are.
night.
You're looking very
Date
radiant tonight.
Oh, thank you very much. I love the cornflower blue denim hard rock shirt.
Do you like it? Yeah.
I honestly, it's
Thought
a
I'd
look.
make the effort. You know?
It's branding, but
you
it
said
is
make the
look.
effort.
Well, here
Glad
I
to
am.
see that you've made the effort.
I've tried. I've
what
tried a
a,
little
what a stupendous jacket you're wearing. But yeah,
Thank
I
you
just
so
thought
much.
I went for like
Little
went
pocket
suit
square.
shopping recently, and I thought there's not enough casual shirts where they combine all the best elements of the suit,
Yeah. Well, I
tie and the pocket square. So I thought,
can't argue with that. You're a bit of smart casual. You're a bit of me. You're a bit of, ooh, am I going to be out in an office? Could I be selling something to you? Who knows?
Yeah.
But welcome back, everyone, to The Elephant. And I'm Ed.
and I'm Ali.
And remember, on this podcast, it's not The Elephant Never Forgets, but rather The Elephant is thick as fuck. Thick with 2 C's. Right. And this is date night with us. So we had our podcast the last time we were talking about dating. We've decided to come back to it again. Because God damn
Yes.
it, who could resist?
Who could resist
Look at
you?
this. Ooh, look at this, man. So
Those massive biceps in that suit.
I'm almost ripping out of it at this point in time. But what have you been up to, mate? Since last time we've been here,
It's been because when did we do this last? When
I couldn't even place in time. There is an
we
immeasurable
were here
amount of time
in this
between
room
each other.
over there.
Yeah, and now we're over here. Now,
now
we're on
we're
the
over
table
here.
just to break that
on a
fourth
date.
wall.
If you know what I mean? What have I been doing? I'm over my minor surgery. I went on a date
Nice.
the first time.
Oh, fantastic.
For many a week.
Was she prettier than me?
She's no.
Did she?
I-
Was she
I-
look into your eyes the same way I would look into your eyes?
And
just
wow.
just get a little bit of.
When I look into your eyes, I see a lot of sexiness. So I don't know. I would say I want to fuck you, Ed.
Oh well, the feeling is mutual. Maybe
And
we'll get round to that
When I went on that date, I realized
if you're lucky.
I realized, do you know what? You're the man for me. So
What can I say?
But yeah, other than that, I've been doing nothing.
Doing
Not a lot.
nothing.
It's been quite boring.
Not making any
Been-
beats. Not breaking
Not
any
making
hearts.
the beats. Trying to like get furniture, go to work, doing work
all
stuff.
been a
Doing
bit-
very boring. What have you been up to, man?
Well, I've been out.
Like-
So last weekend, went out with the wife. We went out to one
you
of
had
her
a date.
No, it wasn't a date. It wasn't a date. We had a date night ish last night, but we actually went out and last week we had a date, but we had a date in. Then we went out on the weekend and we went to her mate's wedding. And they were having their wedding, thank God for this. It was a London wedding. So they had their wedding like sort of out in West London at a country kind of home.
Really?
And it was beautiful.
You didn't tell me this when I said hello to you earlier, and I've been what you've been up to, and you're like, work.
Sometimes I like to leave you, just with a little air of mystery.
You went to a wedding last week.
Yeah. Went to a wedding and it's black tie as well. So I had to get like proper sharp,
Shit.
looking good.
Why are you not wearing that tonight? You could have made a bit more of
Because
of the effort
I
that
got
you
so
do
drunk
now.
at the wedding that
Yeah.
I don't actually remember the latter half of the night at
Yeah.
all. And apparently we were doing tequila shots. It was a free bar all
Really?
night, which was like great. Absolutely loved it. Red wine at the table. We were stuck on like the friends of these people getting married. We were stuck on their like uni friends table. We were the loudest table like in this place, just saying all kinds of egregious stuff over everyone else.
Did you
like,
fight
sat around-
anyone?
Did not fight. Not as far as I know. I like woke up the next day feeling
And that's not
rough
a
as anything.
successful wedding, is it? Every wedding needs a good fight.
I didn't kiss anyone apart from my wife. I didn't punch anyone.
Yeah. Was there any
Especially
hot
not.
guys?
There were a lot of hot men out there. There was another really public school guy. Apart from me, sat on my table, so we were like, rah, 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 rah,
Signet ring.
rah, signet ring, rah, 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 rah. Where did you go?
What's
Rah,
your
rah,
favourite
rah.
signet ring?
Dorset. What's your favourite insignia?
How many signet rings do you own?
What's your school motto? What's your family motto?
Hmm.
How many Bentleys do you own? No, it wasn't quite that bad, but so it was good. So it's been a successful week, date night-ish with the wife. That was all good and fun. We just sat in, basically got like some really nice takeaway and just had a lovely night in, sat on the sofa and watched TV. So what could be more perfect?
Yeah.
Because really at this point in time, we are looking forward to, and we keep on saying this on every episode, producer Chris's wedding. And really, we're just saving all of our energy for this.
Exactly. The man behind the scenes.
The man behind
the
the
camera.
scenes.
The director, the producer, the editor.
The man who's been getting us into wardrobe and also getting us ready for our wardrobe when we go out for the wedding, which is going to be
dresses
fantastic.
us.
He does.
Dressed me.
Dresses us. He set me up with this lovely suit today, and I'm absolutely feeling it. I'm feeling the energy. I'm feeling the vibe.
I'm feeling
here.
you.
You will do. And I'm hopefully going to
so-
be feeling you later. But Ali, I wanted to kick us off today with, and you're going to love this, embarrassing story time. So dating stories that you've had.
Story time.
So can you think back to any dates that you've had either, recently or maybe a bit further away where you've come out and it's been a bit of an embarrassing one? It could be a first date, could be a second date, could be a third date. Have you had any of
Yeah.
those ones where it's like a bit of a shocker and
I
you've
dunno,
looked back on
like-
it either laughing a bit or,
I remember a few years ago. I mean, you kind of get used to it now. But I remember the first time I had a shit date,
Yeah.
which was like, it was. I thought it was fine, but I think I was probably like 25, and I was probably a bit of a weirdo, to be honest. I remember like having a chat, having a date, thinking it was going well, and then some banging tune came on the speakers or whatever, and I was like, I need to Shazam this song. Sorry. So I walked off to Shazam it. Don't know why I did that. And then as I got back, we're like wandering in. She's just looking at City Mapper. And I'm just like, oh.
You don't want another drink then? Is that?
Yeah, I was like, it's your round, innit?
Yeah. Halfway through dinner, you've literally just started your main.
This was, I thought she was going to be the one, guys. But so that, I remember that the first time I had a shit date. And there's those dates pop up every now and then now, don't they? When you have like a couple of drinks and it's like, or one or two drinks and you're like, we both need to get out ASAP.
Or you've done one thing, and then you're like, do you ever get that where you get to the point of where you've done that one thing, and then you're like, that's, you know what I mean? Like you just feel that instant loss of connection from the other side.
I
You
mean,
just kind of like lose
I was
them for a
just like,
second.
it was a banging tune. I really need to Shazam it.
Do you know what it was?
I've got about 2,000 Shazams now because just discover all this lovely music everywhere.
But do you remember what the song was that you
Can't
basically
remember. It was probably something really cool. and
pied off this
edgy.
day for? Something synthy.
Yeah, something synthy, something 80s. But yeah, so I remember that happened, which is quite a boring story, really. What else? I would say, like, I remember having a few dates with this girl many moons ago. And I think we had like 2 or 3 dates. And on the third date, it's always third date, guys, we went back to mine. And we were both very drunk. And we went to bed. And then I remember like the middle of the night, she got up to like get checked. I don't know, it was like she was taking her leggings off or something like that.
You sure she wasn't trying to escape? She wasn't just like,
No,
right, that's
she just,
it.
I was
I'm
like,
going.
what is she doing? I want to go to sleep. And then 5 hours later, you wake up at like 10 a.m. or whatever, and the bed's just sodden. The bed, my bed,
Your
my
bed. Your
is
bed.
sodden.
Is she in
And
the
I'm
bed?
like, what? And I'm like,
Oh, under you.
and I'm like, what's going on? And it wasn't from my front. It was from my back. It wasn't. It wasn't poo.
Yeah, did it
but
smell?
it
Did it
was-
smell of anything?
It was. She'd basically wet herself. And
How do you deal with that? Like, how do you know what I mean? Like, how do you bring that
this
up?
is the
and
thing.
Then,
It
all
was
right.
the most like.
I feel sorry for this girl.
The elephant was
Yeah.
massively in the room, and
You were lying on it.
I didn't
Didn't
mention anything. And she wakes up and she's like, she's American, and she's like, morning, and I'm like, morning. I'm a bit pissed off because like fucking someone's wet the bed.
And it's not you.
And it's not me. If it was me, I'd be like, yes, come on. But yeah, and she was like, it's really wet. And it was like, it was all around her. It was just like, it was seeping into my mattress. And we just sat there awkwardly for like 20 minutes, half an hour, just like, I don't even know. I think we were having just general shit chat. And it was like,
What, lying on the piss?
lying
You-
in
you-
her piss.
So you
lying
didn't, you didn't
in
move.
her piss.
You didn't
I-
move at all. You were just there
I
having
was
a
just
cool,
like, I mean,
calm, collected. Wait.
Yeah, just trying to play it
In-
cool.
wait,
Nothing phases me, babe.
And the piss by this point has presumably gone cold. So you're not only sitting, you're
I
sitting
don't know.
in a
It's
wet,
quite a warm day, and
stinky-
we're quite warm. It was. To be fair, it wasn't stinky. So
Alright,
because
okay.
we drank a lot,
All right. Okay.
so she was maybe well hydrated.
what water? Not like boozy. You were
I
drinking
mean,
lots of
booze,
water.
but like like if
Yeah.
you're just drinking loads, it's kind of clear, isn't it?
Okay, do you
So it
think-
was like I don't think it was super dirty, but
Do you think she just, sort of saw to herself during the evening, and then she just, sort of
just
squirted,
exploded.
just exploded
Probably,
all
yeah,
over the
'cause
bed?
I don't think either of us could perform it. She was
'cause-
wearing leggings. We didn't nothing actually happened.
And there
So
was such
maybe
sexual
and I-
chemistry. She just looked over at you in the night and just.
Maybe.
Done.
I'd prefer that story than the we, but it was definitely we. And yeah, she was just like, it's really wet. And it's like, come on, you've pissed yourself. Like, say something.
The fact that she
I'm
didn't
sorry I
say-
pissed myself.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry
yeah,
I pissed
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm sorry you're going to have to get up today and go buy a new duvet. Bloody
Duvet topper.
I don't know what. I think the
Mattress
the
topper,
mattress.
sorry.
I gave it a good scrub, and then I just turned it over.
Forgot
and
about it.
It's probably seeped through, anyways. But yeah, bless her. Never saw her again after that.
I'm not surprised. That is.
She's dead to me.
That sounds like the time when I think I said this on the last one when I said a girl's tits were shit and never talked to her again. Funnily enough, that was after like 4 or 5 dates. And
Yeah.
I said her tits weren't so good. She asked me.
you're a bastard.
You know when girls ask that kind of question, they're like, "Oh, like are my tits like sort of either?" She said like either small or not that big, and I kind of went. You know, I went, that's not that, and then never saw her again. Funnily enough, like weird how that would ever happen.
Yeah, you're a bastard, man. But like, I told my friend, one of my friends, I won't mention
Yeah.
her name,
Yeah.
but you know her, and I told her about
You
the
know
story
her.
the next day, and she's like, I'll do that every weekend. Just piss the bed. It's like,
Get in after a late night and just can't be asked.
piss myself.
Exactly. I'm not going to the toilet. I'll clean it up in the
Yeah.
morning. I don't care.
Maybe-
Rubber undersheet.
When was the last time you pissed yourself?
When was the last time I pissed myself? I don't know the last time I pissed myself, but I know the last time I shat myself. Which
Yeah.
is a
How
slightly
bad
different-
did you shit yourself?
Like small problem to medium. I was going through Bangkok airport and we'd literally gotten off a really, really long flight. And I was like, I can't be asked to go to the toilet.
When you went
'cause it was, like,
travelling?
coming towards landing. No, not when we were traveling. And so I've been at least
did you have to
twice.
was
I've
it
been at
Imodium,
least.
or-
I can't remember what was happening, but I've been at least twice since I went traveling. But no, got off the plane, and then I was like, my stomach was bubbling a little bit. I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I was like, oh, I just need to fart, and I trusted the fart.
Oh, I've done that a couple times, and there's been a
And I was
little bit
like-
of poo that comes
And
out.
a little bit, and I was like, and I just had to go. I'm gonna go to the loo, and just like
Yeah.
trying to get through check-in, and I was just like waddling off towards the loo. But
Yeah.
that was the last time that happened. No, I want to talk about some embarrassing dating stories. Now, a lot of my embarrassing stories don't come from like dates necessarily. I met a girl on a night out. This was a long time ago. Can't even remember where I met her. She wasn't the best looking, I would say that. Like in the morning, I kind of woke up next to her and I was like, oh no, this isn't doing my self-esteem any good.
Why do you look like me?
But that wasn't the biggest problem. The biggest problem was the night before. we did end up sleeping together on the night before. She didn't just come over to my bed to like sort of play patty cake and all the rest of it. But unfortunately, she thought I was rather better in bed than I had ever heard before, and she kept on. She was quite loud. She was moaning and doing all sorts of bits, and then she said, "Oh yes, sex god." And so every time, and she didn't just say it once as well. She said it like quite a few times. And you know when you get that kind of compliment that you're not expecting, and you feel it so over the top.
Yeah.
That you're like, nah, you're just taking the piss. So basically, she's saying all that like during the night, and then in the morning as well. This is where the story gets a lot worse. In the morning, I was going out to meet my mates to go out for food because it's like big night out. We were all a bit hungry. Like, right, we'll go out for food. And I didn't say to her like, oh yeah, see you later. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get some food with my mates. And she's like, can I come? And I didn't have the wherewithal to say like, no, can you please just leave and leave me alone. So my mates actually did get to meet her as well, and that was rather embarrassing. And that was one where I never saw her again for obvious reasons. Because
why was it embarrassing for you and your mates? Sorry,
because I may have mentioned to my mates as well, like between the point of us waking up and going to the restaurant, that she had said that I was a sex god in bed. And then we're all sat there.
Oh, they heard it all.
And then as well as that, I was like, she's not that pretty. And then my mates are there and they're like staring, you know what I mean? Like staring down the barrel of a one night stand. And they're just like, and we know the background to this. And I was just like, it was a really bad idea and I was dying. A couple of other famous ones. I think when I was, went out with a girl on a date, went out with her for a second date. We turned up in the same t-shirt. That's a little bit embarrassing. And then went out, got absolutely battered, and kind of like your story, not the went to bed, but I went up to go and pee in the night, and I was so drunk that between coming back from the bathroom
and you peed in her mouth,
and she asked for it. No, between coming back from the bathroom, I fell on the floor and passed out, like sort of outside of the door of her bedroom, and the light was still on there. She woke up in the morning and took a photo of me, and it was just like me naked. Like just my head and shoulders coming out past the door, like lying face down on the floor.
That is, so I remember this. The first time I met you, 2015, and you were like, they call me the Tinder swindler of London.
Every day's my birthday.
Showed me that picture, and I was like, who's this guy? Who is this hot stud?
The first time we
and
met.
I think that's quite wholesome in a way. Like just no sexy sexness, just...
Yep.
You can't handle your beers and you fall asleep at the bathroom.
Yeah, which is quite nice. Another one, I seem to do this quite a lot, is I go out and I drink far too much on dates. I went out with a girl once and we had far too much to drink. And then I was living with my mates at the time, and we fell asleep on the sofa after a first date, like in my flat, but then my mates were living in that flat as well.
Yeah.
And they came back in because they'd also been on a night out, or they were in the house and we woke them up or something. They came downstairs, saw that we had both passed out on the sofa, didn't say anything to us. Then we woke up the next day. We went out on like a Wednesday. So it was like Thursday morning, we had to go into work. And like my mate had to come into my room because my room was where the boiler was. And like see to the boiler because the boiler was on the fritz. So she was like knocking on the door like, sorry, can I come in? Obviously she knows I got someone over. So I'm like, cover her with the bed sheets while my mates comes in and sees to the thing. And yeah, that was like, it's not that embarrassing, but it's pretty embarrassing. Yeah, there are a couple of others, but they're probably not the best. They're like more like,
they're more for the Patreon.
They're more for the Patreon. There'll be some Patreon stories eventually when we get around to setting that up. But that leads us neatly onto, so we got the embarrassing stories, but I want to get your opinions on what are your red flags, like in when you're dating people, like when you're seeing someone, do you have any like, and let's define this, because there are ones which are like deal or things that are absolute no-goes. So like you get something like that and you're like, absolutely, I cannot be with someone. But then there are some which are like, it's just a red flag because, I don't really like it that much. And you have a level as
don't want to, like, I mentioned I had a date the other day for the first time in quite a few weeks. She kind of expects me to buy all the drinks. I'm not like...
How do you feel about that?
I'm not into that. No. I've got fucking loads of money. If I had loads of money, then... Yeah, if I was like earning like fucking 300k, then I'd be like, yeah, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
I'd probably be up for that.
But even on like coffee dates and stuff like that.
Coffee dates is fine. But like when it's like, I went out with her.
Yeah.
I bought the meal and I kind of did that on my own accord, actually.
All right.
I kind
Nice guy, pretty
I was a bit
gentlemanly
like-
behaviour.
She went to the toilet and I got the bill, and I was like, okay, I'll pay for it. She's like introduced me to some lovely food.
Oh, so she found the place that you were going
Yeah,
out
she's
to.
Peruvian.
All right, okay.
And then so we had our like had a day. Yeah, I paid for the meal, and then we went out to the bar afterwards. She took us to like some bar event was on. An event was only on at some like sort of nightclubby bar.
Yeah.
And got there, and it was like, oh, this 30 quid or 15 quid each to get in. She's like, can you go and get the money from the cash point? And I was like, yeah, I'll go and do that. And I was expecting her to maybe buy drinks afterwards, and then
Which would
like,
be a
what are we doing?
reasonable thing to ask.
I was like, are we getting a drink? And she's like, yeah, I'd like a cider, please, whatever. And so that happened, and then it kept on happening. I was like buying her drinks all night, and I was a bit like, it's all around now, innit? And she's like, no, the guy pays. The guy always pays. And it's like, what?
Do you think that's
What?
an expectation of hers that she's just
I-
she has this
I-
thing in her head where it's like I get taken out, somebody else is going to pay for me, or do you think it's like more sort of taking the piss to have that kind
Yeah,
of thinking?
I don't know. It's I've not been on many dates where it's happened really. Most people, like I might have bought more of
Yeah.
the beers or more of the drinks, but yeah, mostly people are just like, oh, it's my round, I'll get a drink or whatever. Or yeah, we'll go splits on the, if we're going food, yeah, we'll go splits or whatever.
But do you think that might then be a cultural thing where like
I think
maybe in
she
Peru,
basically said, she did say like, you've never dated a Latina before, but I have dated Latinas before, and they've been like, they haven't been.
they haven't been
like
poor.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I had it a few years ago. I dated a girl. We actually like went quite far. Actually, we had like a bit of like a mini relationship. And yeah, she did the same thing. She was rich. She was so rich. She lived in Notting Hill in a one bedroom flat by herself. Had some like a beautiful white cat and stuff, and bought handbags every couple of months from Harrods. And then like, yeah, I mean, she would like, oh yeah, you get this because the guy pays, and that's like, what?
But did you not see that as a down payment? Did you not say like to yourself, okay, fine, well if I'm buying the drinks now, then that's cool, but
Oh, you got
your
to write
dad's
me
going to
into
pay
your
for the
will?
wedding. Yeah, exactly. Your dad's paying for the wedding, and also I'm going to come live with you in that flat. Was that ever a consideration of yours? Of
She
like
did actually invite me to live in the flat at COVID, but I would have bottled it.
you bottled it?
Well, it's too early. We were like seeing each other for like 2 months, and I didn't really want to live with her. But
Well, see, so you did.
I wasn't
you
ready.
went-
I wasn't ready for that. But I don't know.
You went through it, didn't you? Because you went through the buying her things, and then she was actually like, oh, do you want to come live with me? And if she would have said like bills and stuff like that, maybe
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
reasonable.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
she doesn't actually, you know what I mean? Like putting it in context.
Yeah,
If you're
but I
saying-
wouldn't have realised that until then. Do you know what I mean? Like until that. And she might
can
have said,
understand
"I want you to go split." I don't know, but
Yeah.
I like a bit of generosity on both sides, a bit of equality sort of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind buying more drinks and stuff like that, but when it's like, oh, the other week it was like I spent a fucking ton on that date.
But this is
it's
the problem
like-
as well, because the cost of not only just drinking but general life, you know, like sort of not exactly the luxuries, but the sundries of life, like going out and having a couple of drinks. You would hope that most
Yeah.
people would have the opportunity to do that if they want to go and blow off steam, or if not, go do a pottery class, go join a gym, run club, do all of these things where you could date people and do these sorts of things.
Yeah.
But when it starts to get so expensive, I agree. It's like, if somebody wants you to go out and buy things for them, fine, but have that conversation, have that like sort of, you know, I think the man should pay for everything. I think this, I mean, obviously the Peruvian girl said that to you, but also like state your case a little bit clearer. Don't just like leave someone in the dark about these things and then you leave them to
Yeah,
kind
I
of
mean, like
come
the
to it.
Peruvian actually, like, yeah, she might be not have the money to pay for the drinks,
And that's totally fine. But at least say that. You know, if she would have said that to you, I bet you would have felt a little bit better about it, because you would have been like, oh, okay, that's fine. So
Yeah.
then you can decide how far you want to go in the date and how many drinks you want to buy her. I have to agree. That's not necessarily on my like red flag. It is. Sorry, that is on my red flags. Oh, you're all right. You'll be fine.
sake.
It's okay, babes. Don't worry about it. I love you
on the
anyway.
new tablecloth.
Not on the.
not on the new tablecloth. No, but another red flag is I would say is
I would agree with
a bit
that one.
of
That's
bigotry,
reasonable.
a bit of bigotry.
Ooh,
Because
when
I've
have
been on dates and like
Yeah.
I went on a date with a girl from Turkey a few weeks ago,
Okay.
and I suppose it's maybe like she is trained to not like Kurdish people. I don't know. Like she was a bit like
Right. So
because they're like basically like
So
Turkey,
it's not quite-
Kurdistan is like it's around that part of the world, and
Middle
part of
East.
it is in Turkey.
Yeah.
And I remember like having a date. We were getting on so well,
yeah.
and then she's another one of my red flags, which I'll speak about in a moment. But then we were getting on so well, and then she was a bit like. I started slagging off the Kurds, and I was a bit like, "This is a bit fucking weird."
But you called it bigotry, like prejudice, like you
Yeah,
wouldn't,
I
you
would
wouldn't
say,
go as
like,
far
a
to
bit-
call it racism, but you'd say, you know, like bigotry,
Yeah,
prejudice
but that kind
to a
of
group
like
of...
level of stuff where you just don't like a certain.
What was she saying? Was she like, oh, all Kurds are like, you know, whatever, like derogatory term, they
Yeah,
were dogs
I can't
or...
remember. I kind of a bit like I didn't really. I was a bit just like, what are you talking about? Do you know what I mean? Like I was a bit. I didn't listen to her point that well because I would never be able to agree with it. Do
Well,
you
it
know what I
just it automatically switched you off. You were like at that.
I was a
point
bit
in the day,
like,
you were
can't believe she's like. I was thinking, why is she like this?
But
And
did she
it's
bring it
because
up?
She's like in their culture, I suppose. They don't like the.
But did she see any Kurdish people, or was it sort of just brought like she had the topic, you know, loaded in the
Yeah.
chamber and she was ready to go, and then she goes,
Yeah.
you know who I don't like, you know what I mean? She's there, you're 2 glasses of wine, and she goes,
Can't
you know who I
remember.
fucking
think
don't like.
I brought maybe it just came up naturally about Kurdistan. I don't know. I'm into geopolitics. So.
All right, okay, and then you were like,
What do you think about the Kurds? I can't remember.
For our next topic of conversation, Israel,
I remember
Palestine.
like thinking like, but I really liked her as well. Shit.
Was she hot?
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Were you willing? Was she rich?
I don't know. Maybe.
Were you willing to forgive a multitude of sins?
I
Clearly
don't.
not.
I
Clearly
don't.
you
I
weren't.
don't mind about money, guys. But what else? Oh yeah, and smoking. She smokes.
Smoking.
As well, and I was
All
like,
right.
and she kept on chain smoking. And I was like,
Why? Because you don't smoke, and
I
then you
don't.
just
I
get
don't.
it
I
in
think if
your
I
face.
smoked, then I probably would. But I just don't. I'm not into. Yeah.
But is that the
I think
problem?
I can't stand the smell and stuff like that.
Is that when you go to kiss someone as well, and
It's
they've been
just
like,
like-
heavily smoking, and it's like
Yeah,
licking an
shame,
ashtray a bit?
I've
it's
never
just-
like even when I was like a kid or whatever, I would never really.
But then
liked
also hygiene. You know, if somebody like doesn't smell particularly nice, or you know what I mean. Like most people, you'd go on a date, you'd wear cologne, perfume, or are you still worried about the shirt? He's still. It just.
I'm just
you
such
just.
a moron.
It's fine. It's fine, babes. You're not a moron. You're
least
not a
it's not
moron
the
at
tie.
all. Exactly. Well, look, your tie looks fantastic.
There's a silver lining everywhere.
There is a silver, and now you smell like red wine, which is very attractive to me.
Yeah.
So I'm really loving that. But you know what I mean? Like some people, they wear perfume, they wear this, they wear that. But if they just like smell, I don't know, musty or some other way. Like, have you ever had an experience where somebody doesn't smell particularly nicely, and you've kind of had to like kind of be like, oh, that's really not for me.
Yeah, that's I've had that. Yeah,
Have you
like where it's
actually?
like it's maybe they don't smell bad, but maybe you don't like their smell, and I think it's the smoking smell. It's always, it's always a smoker.
So it wasn't like something when you thought like maybe this could be pheromones or like, you know, just that base level
Yeah.
like human intuition of like, I don't know if this person's going to be the right person for me, but smell, okay. I'm trying to think of what my red flags are now. I really put myself on the spot. Small tits. Can't stand them. Sorry, any small-titted lads and lasses. That's just not my. That's not my thing.
I hate small-titted lads.
Small-titted lads. I'm so sorry. You're not for me. Intelligence. I really like.
You hate intelligent people.
No. Okay, wait. Let me clarify on this. I don't hate intelligent people. I don't like people who cannot change their opinions on things. I find it a real red flag when you have people who are stuck in one particular way of thinking, regardless of what is put in front of them. Just from the point of like, it reminds me of people who are like ideologues, and they have this one idea, and you know, you cannot shift them off a position for love nor money. They aren't willing to listen to any other kind of opinions, or you know, even if they do, I would prefer it that rather someone goes, no,
Yeah,
piss
like
off, you can't change my
narrow-mindedness.
mind on it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to enjoy it.
Well, I felt like that was with that date that I was talking about earlier, with the Turkish girl.
Turkish girl.
I think, yeah.
You
she
couldn't change her mind
I
for
don't
anything.
Think, I was chatting to her, I was a bit like, I feel like you're kind of trained, and it's like, yeah, they'll probably learn it at school, like to.
Or family.
Not
You know what I mean? Like
agree
it's
with
instilled
Turkish
within you, because if you grew up around other people, then you
Yeah.
probably wouldn't feel this kind of
Yeah.
way. if you grew up around that kind of culture. Yeah, it's narrow-minded people. When I said unintelligent, I did mean thick people. I really it's not for me. I couldn't do it. I know that I am, and in my relationships as well, I've not exactly been the smartest person or the most ordered or otherwise, but I just feel that there has to be a certain level of, getting there or getting something. The trope of like the beautiful stupid person, and like I could never do that. I just think there isn't enough in that person for me to go, this is something that I could have within a relationship. And it's unfortunate. It's just something that I need to have in a relationship, regardless of, sort of, you can say, well, it's a bit rude to say thick. Yeah, fair enough. But if you're thick, you probably don't know that you're thick. So there we go. So probably going to not take too much offense. Thick with 2 C's, my guy. Okay. Any other? I'm trying to think of what other red flags I've had. Cheating. That's a big red flag. If like somebody has prolifically cheated throughout their,
they're never going to tell you that, are they? Then on a date,
well, you're never going to.
By the way, I'm a serial cheat.
Every single relationship.
I don't think anybody wants to get with a cheater.
No. I think also people who. What else do we have? Style. Somebody who like.
Like this, someone who has good style. Like
not
me.
somebody who's unstylish, but maybe going back to the smell thing. Like if somebody ever came out in like consistently like messy or otherwise, like I think I'd be a bit like, before when I was much, much younger, I was like, I don't really care what people wear. I don't give a fuck. But now if somebody isn't dressed up nicely, I'd be a little bit like, you know what I mean? On a first date, It's like if you put effort in and like, okay, if someone's been like, I've just been to the gym, and these are like my clothes after work or something like that. I can kind of forgive that to a bit. But yes, if someone's like, it's not a style choice. It's not these leggings have like tons and tons of holes in them because that's how I, style myself, and that's absolutely fine. But yeah, how about green flags? Do you have any green flags of things you were like, oh yeah, that's definitely like something?
I suppose when they've got like really similar interests, like I've dated girls because I like cycling, I like tennis and things like making music or whatever, and I've met girls that where they're into that kind of stuff as well, and I'm like, oh yeah, we need to run with this. But then it's broken down because there's been something missing, something that's a bit more kind of I don't know, like you're not suited for each other. The vibe's not completely right.
Yeah.
But we've gone down this route of dating, which is good. So green flags, when there's too many green flags, it's maybe too much of a problem because you kind of need. Yeah, I think everyone's going to have red flags, aren't they? Everyone's going to be like, no one's going to be completely suited to you. It's all about the vibe.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, if it's just all green flags, it's probably too good to be true.
That's interesting.
And I've had many dates or many like flings, relationships, whatever, where I persevered with something because I felt, wow, we got like all this in common. But then there's been that kind of connection missing.
Okay, that's interesting.
Like literally
just that spark? Like what you might describe as a spark?
Maybe we've just not really liked each other enough. And we had it. I had it a few weeks ago or a few months ago, whatever, with this a girl I was dating. And we had like all these things in common, like tennis, cycling, and we got on really well. But we saw each other for a few weeks or whatever, and the vibe wasn't there. And then she was very like on it and called it, which is really good.
Okay, that's interesting.
So I was ready to roll with that and see where it went.
See, I think you've touched on like something which I would consider my elephant. Like when it comes to dating, if dating is not the be all and end all of the thing that you are targeting, so you're not just targeting to go out, meet people, have like sort of casual fun and have a bit of thing. But if you're moving on to a relationship, at least what I would say for myself is I kept on dating a load of girls who were all very similar to each other. White, middle-class, northern girls who turned out to be an absolute fucking nightmare for me. It's just the way it happened. I don't know why. I kept on going for them.
White, middle-class northerners.
I kept on going for them, and then it kept on not working out. And I was like, oh, and I think what you say there is very interesting. They were very similar to me in a lot of ways. And actually, that is not like necessarily so good for you. Because if you're like slightly neurotic, slightly depressed sometimes, or like, you can be the life of the party, but also you worry about a lot of stuff, you're not that organized, you have all these weaknesses, and then you have whatever you want to call them, pitfalls, weaknesses, things that you do not do that well on, and then you have another person who is the exact same as you. You share all the same green flags, you don't share all the same green flags. They have a lot of green flags. They like and do a lot of the things that you do. But then you come into it and you're like, but hey, when we get into a difficult situation, or when there's a difficulty put in front of us, we are both the same as each other. So when it's something that we're both bad at, it can cause a lot of stress and a lot of difficulty to deal with these things. And what I found with the woman who I've now married is actually she is more complimentary than she is the same as me.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just be the same, like completely the same person and just be into like the same. You need to have a bit of yin and yang, I suppose.
And so many people profess this, like, find your soulmate, find the person who is, life is so easy to get on with. And these other girls, they were really easy to get on with. But also, like, when it came down to the tough stuff, they were both very easy to get on with for, 90% of life. But those 10% where actually you really need somebody who can help you out, and everything kind of breaks down over those topics because you're both bad at it. Maybe you're not as good at, like for myself, I'm not as good as communicating my difficulty with it. You get pissed off at the other person, the relationship kind of breaks down around that a bit. I'd say that's the sort of the element. Stop aiming for people who are just like you, and maybe aim for the people who are better suited to complement you if you're looking at sort of trying to move on beyond dating. Who am I? I'm not a dating counselor. Who am I to tell anyone how they should be dating or anything else like that? It's just my elephant for this episode.
That, again, like the last one, was a really good speech.
Thank you.
Well
I've been practicing my monologues. I've been out of acting for a little bit of time, but, I've been practicing my monologues. But Ali, sort of, we like to talk about all these kind of dumb things as we go along. I just wanted to say that one of my red flags, I wanted to go back to that point, is insecurity. Girls who are overly insecure and that I feel like I have to build them back up to do things. But, I wanted to sort of maybe talk about something a bit more fun with this. And I wanted to go on to a bit more fun segment of this podcast. And I wanted to see if you're willing to play another game with me.
I'd love to play another game.
Right. I'm gonna take you through 2 games. Two little games today. So the first one, I'm going to play the easier game first, just to kind of warm me up. And the second game, we'll have a little bit of fun with that, and we'll see what we can do. So much like last week when we did much like last episode when we did the dating apps, what I wanted you to do is I wanted you to play a little game of Ali Sexual.
Ali Sexual.
So what I wanted you to do is I wanted you to tell me what these classifications of sexuality mean, right? So if you can do that. So I'll start you off really easily. Heterosexual. Who is a heterosexual person?
And you're just into the opposite sex.
Straight, or attracted. Somebody who's attracted to the opposite sex. Great, 1 point. I'm going to start totaling these up as we go along.
Yes!
So we're off to a strong start. I love it. They will get harder, don't you worry, just like me. The next one we've got is bisexual. So what does that mean,
When you're
Ali?
into both the opposite sex and the same sex.
Yeah, fine. We'll give you 2 points to that. That's fantastic. Pansexual. Now we're going to slightly get a bit harder.
That's
Can
when
you
you're
remember?
into
Pans?
Personality? Like,
Is that your answer? I'm not here to have a rhetorical question thrown back at me.
because I
to try and
see
find
it,
the
but I
answer.
don't get it. It's when you're into.
That's totally fine to not get it. I
Yeah,
can't.
I've seen it like written down, and I've been like, okay.
What does that mean?
Like, and then I've seen it. Someone say this is what it means, and I've been, oh, okay, cool, and then I've not really taken it in. I'd say it's like you're into personality or something like that over sex.
I'm going to give you the point on that one. It is somebody who is attracted to somebody's character. Like, they are as a person, regardless of their sex or gender.
Yeah.
So you're attracted to people. You're not attracted to necessarily like a hetero.
That's-
I'm not attracted to
I was
somebody that
right.
You did. So that's 3 points.
Yay.
That's why I was pushing you for it, because I knew you knew it. I just wanted to see if you could get there. Asexual.
When you're not into, like, you're not attracted to anybody.
Yeah, you don't experience sexual attraction. So
Yeah.
that's 4 points. Now
Did
they
better
get a
than
bit
last
hard. Sorry,
I
that's
got
because
the free dating apps, and that was it.
that's
The ones
because
that everyone knows.
some of them were so random. Right, gynesexual.
Gyna is like lady
Lady parts.
parts.
Lady
So
parts.
you're just into pussy.
No, I can't give you that one. Gynesexual. You were on the right track with gyne and women. It's basically this. I did a little dive into some more of the random ones. It's somebody who is attracted to people who present feminine qualities, regardless of whether that is male or female or of other genders in that. So sorry you didn't get that one, mate. And I've only got one more for you today because I like the sound of this one. Autosexual.
When you're into cars. Sexy cars. Sexy
looking Fiat 500.
They are sexy, actually.
Little Panda. Really? Have you ever driven a Fiat 500?
I've never driven one, but I've always, when you go to Italy,
Fiat Panda,
you
Fiat
see all the
500.
guys, you see the guys driving them, and they just look fucking cool.
No, it's not. It's not.
Even though I think it's really sexy.
What, cars?
Oh no,
I'm not saying that the cars aren't sexual. Okay. I can agree with you here. A nice, a nice.
So I've got it wrong.
A nice exhaust pipe.
What is it? You're into exhaust pipes?
You're on the complete wrong track for cars. It's actually somebody who can only be sexually aroused or satisfied by themselves. So somebody who can only reach, sexual gratification through going and, sort of.
Yeah.
Fucking. So out of those 6, you got 4. So well done, Ali. You got 66% on this test. Well done, mate. Well done. And for yourself as well. Well done. Round of applause. But for yourself, when it comes to sexuality, I'm heterosexual, white guy.
And attractive.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. You are also very attractive. I'm loving that facial hair. It's really working for you. But what I was going to say is, like, within sexuality, what I've realized is I understand that there are people who are prejudiced against people because of their sexuality. For me, I quite like, in a weird way, I like seeing when people express that. I don't like PDA, so I'm gonna clarify that. Don't like seeing when people are just all over each other in public.
I think Britain, we have a culture. I think Northern Europe has a culture of not liking PDA, because if you date people from the Mediterranean, maybe, and especially people from South America, they love all of that, and they're like, "Why are you not into that?"
We're a bit more Presbyterian. They're a bit more in
Presbyterians.
They're a bit more in tune with their emotions, and so they're okay.
Are we Presbyterians?
They're okay with that sort of like, "Son, I love you." It's more of that, like, I can actually tell somebody I love them in public, and that seems a sweet thing. Whereas, here in Britain, someone goes, "I love you," and you're like, Ugh. At least I'm a bit like that, or they're kissing each other all the time. But no, I was going to say, like, with sexuality, it's like, I don't, I like seeing it when people are in love, regardless of gender.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? There's something so sweet about two people,
But
who
not
do
like
genuinely
eating
love
each other's faces
or anything else out in public. Like, I'm totally with that. So, you know what I mean? Like, when it comes to sexuality, I think it's a shame that more people can't be more comfortable in their sexuality.
Old-fashioned so-and-so.
I know. As a millennial, I'm going to outdate myself so quickly, where it's like, oh, you're so focused on gender, you're not focusing on, like, the next big thing, which is billionaires fucking eating all the resources and blah, 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 blah. But anyway, that's my like kind of little thoughts on sexuality. Would you like to play, because I know we're running out of time a little bit here, would you like to play one more game that I've crafted for you, Ali?
I thought you'd never ask.
Here we're just saying all jokes and games. So this one, what I wanted to call was, this is the dating bio locator. So, when you come onto someone on a dating app and they've got like a quote in their bio, and it's like, it's usually like, it can be in certain instances, it can be inspiring, or it can be like all sorts of dumb shit. What I wanted you to do is this quote that I found on the internet from a female celebrity or from a hardened criminal? You ready to play?
Yeah. Let's
Right.
do it.
So first one we've got. I was going in hard on this one. We don't pay taxes. Only the little people pay taxes. Was that a female celebrity or a hardened criminal?
We don't pay taxes. Only the little people pay
taxes.
taxes. Is that a female or a
Is it a female celebrity
female celebrity
or is it a hardened criminal?
hardened criminal? I feel like that's hardened criminal.
Hardened criminal?
Al
You'd be
Capone.
correct. It's not Al Capone. I was going to give you a bonus point if you wanted to guess it. You've gone for Al Capone. It's not Al Capone. It's a woman called Leona Hemsley. She was done for tax evasion. Apparently, she was the Queen of Mean. She owned a hotel and evaded a shitloads of tax.
Queen of what?
Queen of Mean. She had like a tag that she was called the Queen
What,
of
over
Mean.
here in the UK?
No. I think she's in the US. How about this one? Don't feel stupid if you don't like what everyone else pretends to love.
That's got to be a female celebrity. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Who do you think that is? I'm not, I can give you a bonus point.
Do not.
Don't feel stupid if you don't like what everyone else pretends to love. So it's a female celebrity. You're right
Is
with
it
that.
like a British stage actress? Is it like?
You're pretty close. You want to give me a guess? She was part of a major British film franchise, which had over 3 films in it. So I'm gonna give you like a bit more over 3 films.
This British.
It was also
Harry Potter. Do you mean Maggie Smith?
No, sorry, you were so close. It was Emma Watson. Nice try.
I was thinking like an old lady.
Yeah. No, Emma
Like,
Watson.
I was thinking initially. I was thinking like Dame Helen Mirren or
Yeah,
someone.
you were really close. That was really good. Okay,
I was thinking of a dame.
the next one I've got for you. I don't like Los Angeles. The people are awful and terribly shallow, and everyone wants to be famous, but nobody wants to play the game. I'm from New York. I will kill to get what I need. Hardened criminal or celebrity?
That is, it could be either or. Because I feel I've heard that quote before, but it's got to be. I mean, it's a bit obvious. I mean, I would like to think that you would go the opposite way. So I say female celebrity.
You're correct. That is a female celebrity. You're doing so much better on this one this time. Right. Who do you think it is? I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hint. It's a pop star.
It's a pop star.
Pop star.
Who's from New York. Can you give me and the viewers at home, a clue of what era pop star or just something maybe not
2010s.
2010s.
She was big in 2010s.
And she's from New York.
New York. She's also starred in some films more
Lady
recently.
Gaga.
Yes, it's Lady Gaga. You get 2 points on that one.
I was thinking 2010s.
Yeah.
Who
That's
was big in the
fantastic.
2010s, and I can only think Lady Gaga from America.
Right, the next one we've got is you don't have to prove yourself to me. You don't even have to prove yourself to you.
You don't have to prove yourself to me.
You don't even have to prove yourself to you. You don't even have to prove yourself to you.
Hardened criminal.
Yes, it is a hardened criminal. I don't think you're going to get this one. I can't really place it. She was a hardened criminal from the 70s in America. So I don't know if you're going to get this one.
70s.
70s, yeah.
Criminal lady
Criminal lady.
from the 70s in America. I've got to just...
You got 1 point, mate. You're absolutely smashing this. You've got this right so far.
I'm trying to think of who was a criminal in the 70s.
I'm going to have to speed you up here, mate, just for the sake of...
Janis Joplin.
Susan Atkinson. She was part of the Manson family.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, well done with that.
Why did she say that?
I have no idea why some people say the things they say. Now I look back, I realise that a life predicated on being obedient and taking orders is a very comfortable life indeed. Living in such a way reduces to a minimum one's need to think. Female celebrity or hardened criminal?
I'd say that's... I don't know, so I'm going to go criminal.
You would be correct again. It is a hardened criminal. And for the bonus points, this is a hardened criminal who was only caught in the 1960s for his crimes.
His crimes.
His crimes. I'm giving you
America or Britain?
Neither.
Neither.
No.
60s. Oh, is he part of the World War II
Potentially.
jobs? Is he...
He was caught in the 60s.
Caught in the 60s.
Caught in the 60s. Put on trial in the 60s.
Israel.
Yeah.
Who was a big wartime criminal?
Big wig. One of the biggest
who
wigs
got
who
caught
got
in the
caught.
60s?
I'm going to have to hurry you up for this if you haven't got name.
It's not going to be any of the big hitters. Someone. Oh, it's the guy who was the architect.
Yep. Adolf Eichmann.
Adolf
Eichmann. I'll give you 2 points to that. He's the person who handled all the logistics.
Yeah.
So he basically sent the trains to and from and organised all of that stuff. Really creepy dude. When the circumstances are right, everything becomes a dance.
When that's a celebrity.
Wrong. It's a hardened criminal.
I'm just kind of guessing.
do you want to get it?
So wait. So say it again.
When the circumstances are right, everything becomes a dance. Female America.
Oh, a female America. What year?
70s.
Janis Joplin.
No, it's Lynette
She's not
Lynette
criminal.
From, who is another Manson family member. If I'd observed all the rules, I'd never have gotten anywhere.
Yeah, celebrity.
Correct. Who is it?
Janis Joplin.
No, it's not. It is Marilyn
Janis Joplin's
Monroe.
got to be one of these. Marilyn
It is
Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe.
Similar age.
I have 2 hands, one for me and one for other people.
One for me, one of other people. That is a criminal. That's a very
Incorrect.
Oh, really?
That is a female celebrity. To put it back for a bonus point, do you want to give me a go? Who it is?
Give me a clue.
Very recent Netflix series. She was a teenager when she came to fame.
Kylie Minogue.
No, incorrect. Kylie Minogue wasn't on Netflix or a teenager when she came. Well, maybe a teenager when she came. It is Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. And for the last question I'm going to give you... I got 2 more for you as well, just before we wrap up. So, to sum it all up, I must say that I regret nothing.
Say it, to sum it
all up, I must say I regret nothing.
I must say I regret nothing. That's a criminal.
That is a criminal. Who is it?
Charles Manson.
No, incorrect. It's Adolf Eichmann again.
Oh,
The architect.
I felt
of
like you were going through the
entirety.
whole Manson family here.
But how dark is that? That was one of the things that he said on trial.
I regret nothing.
I
yeah.
regret nothing. That's pretty awful. Right. And the last, oh no, okay. I tell you what, I've done too many of these, so I'm going to go down to one of my favorites, and then we're going to end it there. How much will you give for the life of your children, which is yourself? How much are people willing to give up for air, earth, water, animals, and the coming generations? I think the answer to that is pretty clear.
What?
How much will you give for the lives of your children's children, which is yourself? How much are people willing to give up for air, earth, water, animals, and the coming generations? I think that answer is pretty clear.
So we're ending on a female celebrity.
That's incorrect. It's a hardened criminal.
I was initially
For
going to
one-
go because it is kind of sounds a bit mental.
point,
Who is it?
A female from America
In the 70s again.
in the 70s again.
Charles Manson.
Yeah, it is
sister.
Lynette Fromm, who's from the Charles
person.
Manson family. So, Ali, they got some banging quotes there. I might actually put that on my my profile because that sounded more Greta Thunberg than it did Manson
Yeah.
family. Anyway, so how many did you get? 1, 2, 3,
Should have gone more.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of how many questions? So you got 8 out of 9, 10. You got 8 out of 10. So you got 80%. Well done, mate. That's your
80%, but I
highest
could have
score
had
yet.
180.
You could have had 180. But yeah, I think that brings us quite neatly to the end of our podcast. But Ali, you've been dashing, delicious, fabulous once again.
I just keep getting lost in your eyes, baby boy.
I'm going to absolutely love it. So from me and Ali here, thank you very much, everyone, for watching our podcast. And we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night. What, Blade?
Fancy a shag?
I meet them with my